15 years ago, GSVC started here at Berkeley Haas, and since then we've had 15 years of ideas and innovation, and this year is no different. I'm really excited to welcome you here today. My name is Christine Hammond. I'm an MBA, MPH first year here at Berkeley Haas, and I'm one of the student co-chairs of the Global Social Venture Competition. Very lucky position to have, to be able to meet and work with all of you over the course of this past year. So welcome to California, welcome to Berkeley, welcome to Haas, and welcome to day 2 of our global finals. I'd like to take a few moments just to thank a few people who have made this all possible. First, actually just a big round of applause for all of the entrants who have taken part in the Global Social Venture Competition around the world this year. Your ideas and your passion and your kind of ability to move those things through the world are the reasons that we are all here. I would like to thank our sponsors, who are an incredible list of people and organizations whom without this would not be possible. So people to thank for both being here today, for the prizes the teams are going to compete for the food you're going to eat at lunch. I'd like you to just take a look at the sheer number of people who helped make the Global Social Venture Competition possible. I'd also like to thank a really incredible team of mentors and judges who have taken part in the GSVC over the last 6 months. They've helped shepherd your and others' ventures through kind of a really incredible stage of growth, and we're excited to see what that brings to kind of the development of all these new ventures this year and the coming year, regardless of kind of the placement in GSVC. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Jill Erblund. She's from the Lester Center here at Berkeley Haas. She is the person that actually makes GSVC work around the world, and without her, none of this would be possible. And a big thanks to our team from the co-chairs here, the Berkeley Haas students who have really worked tirelessly since last fall to both facilitate stuff happening around the world over the past couple months and here today. They've done a really phenomenal job, so thank you. So this year is pretty incredible. We had over 500 entrant teams enter from 44 countries around the world, representing 306 universities. The sheer amount of brain power within GSVC is pretty incredible. Within this room is probably pretty frightening. It's amazing to watch. And the process has been happening since September at some of our regional partners around the world. From that over 500, we whittled down to 127 regional finalists. From that, our international partners led all of their competitions and whittled it down to 18. And yesterday was the Global Finals Day 1, where we went from 18 to 6, which was an incredibly difficult thing for our judges to do. They all came up and said that afterwards. So congratulations to everyone who made it to the Global Finals, and a big congratulations to the 6 teams who are moving on to this afternoon. So today, this morning, we have a really great conference, a lineup of speakers, alumni, leaders, people who can speak to what the last 15 years of GSVC has really brought and what the next 15 years of GSVC will bring. And after the conference this morning, we have a great lunch by Revolution Foods, which we are lucky to have. And we will then move into Global Finals Day 2. So this is the judging of the finalist 6 teams. And from that, unfortunately, we can't give a global final prize to each and every one. We will pick a winner. And by the end of the day, we'll announce that at the awards dinner this evening. This afternoon, there's a quick pitch and a People's Choice Award, and so we have audience participation in judging which team gets a little extra boost from GSVC. So we hope to have your ballots then. I'm going to pass the mic over to Laura Tyson, the director for the Institute for Business and Social Impact here at Berkeley Haas. But first, we're going to show a video that our friends at 59 Second Pitch have made for us, which we can find on our new and improved gsvc.org website. So after you watch the video today, make sure to share it with your friends. And again, from the co-chairs and the team here, thank you for coming and welcome to GSVC.
Solutions to our biggest problems start with an idea. Providing safe and renewable lighting for a brighter future. Protecting communities from the world's deadliest creature. Making sure kids eat healthy food that keeps their stomachs full and minds hungry. But world-changing ideas need support to grow. The Global Social Venture Competition is committed to growing ideas into scalable ventures with real social impact. For 15 years, we've helped entrepreneurs from over 50 countries and 250 schools develop their world-changing ideas through our rich global network of innovators, investors, and mentors. You have the ideas that can change the world. We provide the tools to turn ideas into impact. Transform ideas into impact. Join the GSVC community today.
Without further ado, Laura Tyson.
I'm not going to move around too much since I injured my foot running down the street the other day. I'm here, I'm honored to be here, first of all, let me say, because I was honored to have the opportunity to be dean at the Haas School back in the late 1990s. And one of the things, with the help of several people in this room, I was able to do was to launch what became the Global Social Venture Competition. So for me, it was both the opportunity to do something that I thought would be extremely worthwhile and a great opportunity for students, not just here but around the world. But for me, it's also an opportunity to now celebrate 15 years of accomplishment. And I really want to encourage all of you to just feel how important you are in a global community of people who are working to create impact through ideas and doing it through business school education. I was dean at London Business School as well as at the Haas School, and I always said, and I'll say it again, that the very best things at business schools really start with the students and the students' initiatives. So if you think about the world of social impact, impact investing, impact with ideas, and you look at the history of that in business schools, what you will see are students really pushing for activities, pushing for courses, pushing to make the activities global, and schools responding. And so 15 years later, we have this fantastically successful competition, but also think about the space that all of you are in, the impact investing or social impact enterprise, social enterprise. There are lots of names for it. That space has become mainstream now in business schools around the world. And it was not in the late 1990s. It was an idea that some places were trying to nurture because the students were egging them on. So I want to start with that. I want to say that in the history of GSVC, we've had more than almost 4,500 teams from around the world. It's already been mentioned. We've had countries, more than 50 countries. We have 14 partner schools all over the world that are involved in this. And we've been giving out prizes, about $750,000 in prizes since 1999. So we really have a very vibrant community. There are also many ideas which started here. I view the competition as a step along a creative process to end up with an enterprise, a venture, an activity which can have a sustained effect in positive social impact. There are an amazing number of things which touched GSVC in some way in their pathway to sustained success. And actually, I'm working right now with a number of the GSVC leaders this year and one of the former professors here to actually do some serious case studies of some of the many successful activities, enterprises that grew out of GSVC. We should all be very proud of, you should be proud of the fact that you're here, and proud that you're participating, you can also be proud of the fact that there are many activities out there, and you'll hear about some of them today, that had as part of their journey the GSVC competition. So the only other thing I want to say is that, as I mentioned, business schools around the world now are much more engaged in this set of activities. One of the things the Haas School has just done in the last 12 months is to establish an Institute for Business and Social Impact. GSVC is a very important part of that, and I've been working with the GSVC team, and I've been working with a group. We have many projects at Haas where student teams will help provide consulting services. I actually have a student team consisting of many people who are also working with GSVC, working with me to suggest how we can at Haas further nurture and grow the social impact space. You know, what do we have that's really good? Obviously GSVC. What else do we need? How can we build this activity? So I can tell you that if I think about the Institute for Business and Social Impact itself as a social venture and an entrepreneurial venture, I'm getting the very best help from the students at Haas about how to move that forward. So that's really all I want to say right now, other than, again, to emphasize how I think we should be in a very celebratory mood and in a very proud mood, because we should take pride in everything that people have done over the last 15 years to make this an enduring success. And I'm now going to introduce one of the people who helped me do it from the very beginning, Will Rosenzweig. Now, Will just told me, and I had not heard this, that a couple years ago at GSVC, a number of the students at Haas came up to him and said that one of the reasons they had chosen to come to Haas was because of this activity and because of the whole set of social impact activities at Haas. So this is a very vibrant part of the community here. And it started to be vibrant, it started to develop back in the mid to late 1990s, and we had the precursor of Net Impact. We had a very active student group interested, and then we had some amazing visionaries outside who were willing to commit inside, and Will is one of these people. So Will, you could say, if you look at his career, is one of the first social entrepreneurs. I did not know this until I was reading, I should have known this, that the book about his company he started, which led him into this field, The Republic of Tea, How an Idea Becomes a Business, is actually one of the 100 best business books of all time. I think we should all read it or reread it. I plan to read it. In any event, Will brought his prodigious personal experience, his energy, his commitment to education, his commitment to students to help launch the Global Social Venture Competition. I incidentally knew that he was so good that I actually invited him to come over to London Business School, and I went to London Business School to sort of also be involved in this kind of activity. So we have a really special treat here today because we have leading the discussion one of the people I think we can say without whom there would be no GSVC, and who is himself a complete model of inspiration and success in the social impact space. So Will, I welcome you to lead this session. No.
Thank you. You're very kind. Can you make this one work? Is this, can you hear me? Okay, great.